Hi, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery in Monroe, Washington.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Southgate, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Hey guys, we've loved answering all of your questions so far. If you'd like to hear your question on the podcast, please send them to us on Instagram at wheeltalkpodcast or by email to wheeltalkpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks. Bam!
Okay. Bam! Yeah, that was definitely my fault.
Hi, Becca.
Hi. How are you, Ryan?
Good evening. Today's Monday, so I just got back from class at Baker Hunt. I made a flask for the first time. I think I gave some people shit about never wanting to make a flask ever in my life, along with butter dishes. So that's still on the list, but flask is now checked off.
Flask is checked off.
I actually didn't mind making the flask. It just took forever to make.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
why,
not making production of this thing. I'll make 4 of them for this class and teaching the students. And I'm liking the way they're looking, but yeah.
Yeah. Me, Ryan, and Tim from Tim Ceramics have a running joke from an old live video that we were talking about buttercrocks, flasks, and I feel like there was one other thing, and we were just like, fuck! We hate these items. And so it's just a running Instagram joke about those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect the people that make them. I mean, the throwing part is nothing. That's easy to throw the cylinder and the spout. It's just the slab work and the joining and all that stuff that takes all the time. So I like the way they look, and I think I might gift 1 or 2 of them for Christmas. So
nice.
We'll see how they turn out.
That's good. Hey, have you looked under that coaster that's on your desk?
What? What? Are you talking about the Cincinnati coaster?
I think so, yeah. That one. Pick it up.
What? Oh, son of a bitch. Rachel! Fuck. I fucking knew it. She said, have you picked up the coaster?
It! Where was it?
It was under the coaster. She waited until we were recording, and she was like, by the way, did you look under the coaster?
Didn't know it
Okay.
All right, so for people that don't know what the fuck is going on.
That was worth it, all in the sense of I just got you to cuss on the podcast finally. That was fabulous. Okay, so here's what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
And I visited Ryan in Cincinnati, and his wife paid for my plane tickets because it was through the airline and everything like that. And so I brought cash, and I was gonna give him cash, and she was like, no, I don't want your money. And I was like, take my money. And so I put it on the counter, and then I found the $100 in my suitcase.
Which she didn't hide it good enough.
Yeah, she didn't hide it good enough, but I'm pretty sneaky anyway. And so then I hid it under a coaster on his desk with a note that said, I win.
It says, I win. Thank you so much for the week. I'm so lucky to have friends like you. Heart, Becca. Thank you for the nice note, Becca. But
you're welcome.
Damn you. You know what? Rachel and I said something at the very end, and I was like, you know what? Did you look in spots? Did she leave that $100 somewhere? And she was like, no, I didn't find it. So I was like, well, maybe. I don't know.
I even did a TikTok about it. I should have recorded it. Well, I recorded audio, but I should have recorded your face.
Wait, did you record it and post it already?
Yeah, I recorded a TikTok saying where I was going to hide it.
I did not listen to that.
Yeah, I know, because I'm sneaky.
Okay, well, this is probably going into the podcast fund or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
Maybe it'll go on our podcast account. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Becca. That was great.
That was worth every minute of waiting.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God. That was amazing.
All right, so people that don't know, I mean, you were in Cincinnati for a week. Did we want to recap that, or do you want to talk about your day first, and then we can quickly
My day is not worth talking about, so we can just skip that part.
All right.
I just finished 69 mugs for a mug club. That's pretty much what I
Nice.
did today. I got some shitty news, but not really shitty. It's just a change of plans, but I can't really talk about it until next week. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that happened. But anyway, moving on. Yes, I came to Cincinnati last week. And we did a few podcasts, and then we finalized some t-shirt designs.
Woohoo.
Kind of. I still have to
Got
talk
the
to Andrew
website
about
up.
we have a website now. And what is it called?
Brand new website. The domain was not available for Wheels Talk Podcast, so we got wheeltalkpodcast.com.
Yay! Wheel Talk Podcast. So it's a
.com.
T instead of a D. T is in Terry, D is in
Dog.
dog. And yeah, so it's a T. Yeah, so that was great. We got a lot done, and hopefully we will have sweatshirts out, or not sweat, like t-shirts out soon. Oh, there is one thing. I ordered stickers. I dropped $800 on stickers.
Nice. For a variety
Ridiculous,
of
really.
5 Lines pottery
A variety of-
stickers, as well as
Yeah.
business card 5 Lines and
Yeah,
Wheel
it was
Talk
like
free
a
stickers that
bulk
we'll
order.
give out and other
Yeah,
Wheel
it was
Talk
like a
related
bulk
ones.
order, so there was more than 3,000 stickers within that was purchased.
That shit adds up.
So
I mean, you got like
does.
15 styles or something, or more than that.
yeah, I had like 15. So if you guys are a plug for myself, if you're looking for fun pottery stickers in a couple weeks, keep out a lookout because I'll have those for sale on my website.
And those are all original Becca drawings. Those are
Yeah,
they're all right from the noggin there.
right from the noggin and the iPad.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to the brass tacks of what we're doing today.
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about pot swap. We should
Pot
make a
Swap
pot swap.
2020.
Pot
We need like
swap 2020. Da, 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 da. That's our jingle.
Pot Swap.
Pot swap. Oh, I'm so glad we did this. This is making my day better. Okay. So, let's do a quick recap of what pot swap is for people that have never heard of it before or forgot somehow. Pot
Yes.
swap is like a Secret Santa, but our main platform is Instagram, and really, I think you kind of have to have an Instagram you don't have to have an Instagram, but it is much preferred. Just because we do all of our sharing of photos and everything on Instagram. But anyway, it's a Secret Santa from potters to potters. And it has grown. It's going to be our 3rd year.
Yep.
Is that right? 3rd
We
year.
did Pot Swap 2018 and 2019. Yep, 3rd year.
Yep. And every year we have doubled our size.
Yeah, I think the first year we did like 115 people. We were supposed to cap it at 100, and then you get those people that trickle in at the end, and the way that we were collecting entries was a lot of work on our end, so we've definitely improved that. And then last year we were at about 220 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over 200, so.
And this year we're shooting for, well, our cap is 400. So we're shooting for around that amount. So with that, we felt that it was important for us to come on and do a podcast, especially because it's there's certain things that make it work, and people being on the same page is one of those. Especially like when it comes to what types of items you should be sending and what's appropriate as far as craft and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And Becca and I have done this solo for the last 2 years for the most part, and we're only 2 people and wrangling 400 people well, 100 people was quite a bit the first
lot.
time because we were still figuring out what the hell we were doing. And then last year
Yeah.
was like, okay, we're ironing out some of this stuff and then getting a little bit
Yeah.
better. So this year is going to be really important that we spread the love with a team that's going to help us. And then also like getting a lot of understanding from the people joining and participating that like kind of make it what you will and share with others that are in the group. And also
it's kind of like
we did record last year. If you want to look back at a previous episode, Pot Swap 2019, that was episode number 10 of Wheel Talk, where we talked about it as well. If you want to get an idea of last year.
Oh, I didn't even know we did one.
We did. I knew we did, but I couldn't remember. I think it was just explaining it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, it was as informative as this one's going to be. We're going to go over the whole timeline with you guys of what dates you need to be looking out for. And I'm going to work on a little page on our website, and we'll have that linked on the Instagram, and other than the day that we have the signups, because that'll be linked there. And, I guess the biggest change this year on the Potter's ends, like not our ends, but the other people's ends, is that we have created a Instagram that's called Pot Swap Official, and it's going. In years past, people would always tag me or Ryan or Pots or Wheel Talk
or
and
both of
this
us.
year, And this year we're asking you to just tag Pot Swap Official, and then tag Pot Swap Official and do a what's the
hashtag.
Hashtag.
Welcome to social media, Becca.
Thanks.
Do a pound sign. Pot Swap 2020.
Pot Swap 2020. And so those are the ways that we'll be able to find them. It's just gotten so big, and last year it was so
when you're getting tagged by, not all 200 people, but there's 200 people in the mix that are sharing posts as they're making pieces, and they're tagging you, and then they're unboxing stuff, and it takes 3 slides to unbox something and share, which is good, and it's good that you're tagging the person you're getting it from as well as us, and then we share it on ours. It's like, it's just a lot to keep up with. So
yeah, it's a lot.
One thing that we're figuring out is, hey, we asked on a survey at the end of last year's Pot Swap, is there anybody that is dying desire to help out with Pot Swap in the future? Because this is going to be a team effort. Which, I mean, we started this off as us doing it out of the, our free time and whatnot. At this time of year is pretty crazy. And then we were like, hey, let's get some other people in the mix that we trust and that we think would do good as a small knit team. And, a lot of these are people that we know through Instagram that have participated in the past, and we know through just communicating with them as potters and whatnot. So, that team is going to be having us a big responsibility of helping with the Instagram side of it, with managing the Pot Swap official account separately, like throughout the busy times of year when people are unboxing. Like, you need to have the time to focus on reposting all that stuff, and it can be a lot if each one of us is reposting 15 stories every other day or every day or whatever, once we get to those heavy periods. So
yeah, totally, it's a lot. But hey, I want to pause for a second. I forgot, I didn't tell you about this, but I was just gonna say really quickly about Darren's Kickstarter.
Yes, mention that.
Oh, yeah, we're going to mention that really quick. So, and it kind of corresponds because actually he did the very first, he's done 2 pot swaps. He was Val's pot swap person. She got a little tea set from him. So Darren is a potter in Singapore?
He's in Malaysia.
Malaysia. That's right, Malaysia. And his pottery account is called Giant's Little Pottery. That's GIANTS Little Pottery. And he's doing a little Kickstarter and to just kind of help him grow a studio. And we all know that building a studio is tough. So go check out his stuff. He makes little tiny itty bitty pots. And he's a really cool guy. So just wanted to mention that. And then that was our commercial break. And then we'll go back. Sorry. So anyway, Giant's Little Pottery. Go check out his Kickstarter. We're going to share it on our page. And I've shared it on mine. But I'll share it again. So, cool. Okay. I just didn't want to forget that. Okay. Moving back. Now, let's talk about
Clay.
what?
No.
Clay. Whoa. So, okay. I think one of the probably the most confusing things that we've had in the past is what should I send for pot swap, because everybody's pieces are priced differently. And to that, we usually say no less than $20 to $25 value, whatever that may be. You will hear this more and more, but we stress that this is not about getting as much as it is about giving and being a light to somebody else, especially in 2020.
Yeah, definitely.
Bringing a little bit of joy to somebody else is what we stress is way more important than what you will be getting in the mail. But, like a coffee cup or something that has a little bit more substance than just like a basic cylinder.
Maybe not something that you've had sitting around in the studio that you're like, I haven't sold this thing, but it might bring them joy. It's like, send something that you'd be proud to send off. Doesn't have flaws, is not a second.
Yeah. And that's not to say, we know that a lot of people don't have studio time, so it being an older piece is not an issue as much as it being a piece that you are proud of. Since we know the COVID kind of shut down a lot of studios, so don't feel like you can't participate if you haven't made pots since COVID started. And also, any age level is welcome, or age whatever. What level is it? Like, not age, but experience.
We didn't put it. Experience level.
Any experience level is welcome. If you are a newer potter, what we always say is send a note with it. You should send a note regardless, but send a note with it. Tell them tell them what you're working on. Tell them what you're excited about. Some of the bestest pots that I have are pieces that were made by people that are in their first years. So just remember, it might be, if it's a piece that you love, somebody else will love it too.
Definitely. And be making stuff right now. I mean, if you're hearing this in late October and you're not going to send something until December, you might have time to make something specific to this and experiment with something that you don't always make, or, would catch somebody off guard if they do follow you and they know your stuff, but it's a little bit different, and throw like Pots Out 2020 on it or something that is memorable to making it specific for this occasion. So I mean, and don't feel like I went above and beyond last year. So you sent a bunch of stuff, didn't you?
I sent a bunch of stuff. That's okay, by the way. I would say that it's totally fine to super bless somebody. Just don't under bless somebody. But I sent a bunch of stuff last year.
And the reason that we don't want to start grouping everybody by what level do you think you're at, and then say beginners only get beginners, and then people that say they're experts only get experts, that it doesn't start segregating all the different groups of who's with who, because this is supposed to be about giving. Like we said, you choose what you give, and then you get something in return. It should be a surprise, and then you kind of see what you get. you have no control over what you're going to get. And then,
Yeah.
you pick your best stuff that you want to send off. So,
Yeah. I know for me, the first year I got somebody in England, and I went nutso because I I was like, oh my God, they're in England, and I didn't know if they'd ever been to America, so I went around town and I got things that were made in Monroe. So I got like little chocolate coffee beans. I got a glass straw that was made in Monroe. I got the newspaper that had the funnies on it. I got just like little tiny little trinkets, and then I also sent my pot. So, it was so much, and this has been the case the past 2 years. It's been so much funner for me to like really go all out on a gift because my family doesn't give gifts or get gifts. So, it's been like such a blessing just for me to like send it and get excited about like the response.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Yes. Do you have anything to
add? One thing that we do ask in the application is whether you're willing to ship internationally.
Oh, yes.
So that does help us with how we pair. We don't like say, oh, they're in North Dakota and we don't want them to send to South Dakota because it's too close. I mean, we might occasionally look at that if you're in like the same city, but generally if you say I'm willing to ship international, then we will pair you with someone international if we can, because there's some people that are not willing to. Most people are going to say they're not willing to because of the shipping costs and stuff like that. And then, there's people all over the world. Like we said, Darren is in Malaysia and he's participated the last 2 times. There's people in Mexico and all over the place. Iceland, I think, and South Africa. I'm trying to think if there's some in South America.
Yeah, we had one in South America. We had a few, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of made a map. We'll have to look at the map and see. Maybe I can pull it up while we're chatting. But.
I'm going to do a few bullet points for people that are in international. Well, first, if you want to ship internationally, expect to pay $40 in shipping, at least. If you want to ship to Canada, Canadian shipping from the United States is $20 for 2 pounds and under, I believe. And we'll put up like tariff codes and stuff if we can find them. But shipping internationally, if you are filling out our form, make sure that the spelling, the spacing, everything is correct, because
don't breeze through that shit, because we're going to send it to your person and they're going to copy and paste it. So like just keep that in mind. Like, I know that we as Americans think that our addresses are so normal. Just make sure that everything is right. Put your commas in the correct places. Do all those things. And if you're in England, make sure that that's all right. Same with Canada. Everybody has a different postal system, and it's confusing to everyone else that's not in that country. So make sure that everything is spelled correctly. Everything is spaced correctly. If there's certain lines that things need to be on, let us know. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the map. There's nothing in South America.
Okay.
But we're all over North America for sure. There's one over here in Europe that is in... Where is this? This one is in Israel. We had an Israel person last year.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
We have a Spain. Yeah, we had some Netherlands. We had quite a few in the UK, which is not surprising. Norway. Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's so awesome that we have like all those people.
India, Thailand, or Malaysia. That must have been Darren.
Yeah.
Australia. And New Zealand. Yeah. We're spreading it.
Yeah. And it does require a little extra patience if you're going to ship or receive from international people. It takes a little bit longer sometimes. Things get a little beat up. Sometimes they get lost. Sometimes they get held in customs. If you do send international, you have to mark it as a gift. And we'll put all of this stuff in our like little cheat sheet page. But
And the main reason for that is because they're going to have to pay customs taxes and import stuff.
And put the value at like $20, I believe.
Yeah, I just sent something to Canada.
Canada, you don't really have to worry about as much.
For a giveaway win that was a gift. And I had to value it I valued it at 50, I think. But
for England, if you're from America to England, I think you want to do it at like about $20.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. We'll put some like, tips and tricks, because it is a gift. Obviously, it's a gift. But, there's just
otherwise
a few things
they're going to have to pay. I think there was somebody in a country over in UK or something that was trying to accept it, and it cost them like $40 or something like that to accept it. And they said, well, I'm not going to get it because I don't want to pay $40 or $50 this time of year to pick something up that's supposed to be a gift.
Yeah.
So
didn't we pay? We like tried.
I think we paid it, or
yeah, we paid it. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. And like, you have to have certain tariff codes. I have a tariff code for ceramics for Canada from the United States, and I have a tariff code for England for ceramics. So I'll dig those up, and I'll see if there's any particular ones for any other countries, and we'll put them on the page. I feel like this is really scatterbrained, and I apologize for that, but there's a lot of information.
Yeah, this is fun looking at the map.
Okay, let's see. That's all that we have for like international stuff. International, you just got to be patient. We're gonna have 2 different deadlines for sending out your pieces. International pieces will be December 1st. Domestic pieces will be December 7th. So keep that in mind. Start working on your pieces now.
Yep.
Do you want me to go through the timeline?
Sure. I think one of the feedback, the overwhelming feedback that we got last year from our survey, so we said we had like 200 people that participated, and we had like 120 people that filled out the survey. So we got a lot of feedback from people, and they were saying we need to know earlier. That was an overwhelming thing. So, this is late October. I think last year we announced it like a couple weeks into November, a week or two into November. So people had like 3 weeks to do it versus like a month and a week or 6 weeks to do it. So this part of the year just sneaks up on us every year anyways. So we're hoping we're getting a little,
and we are only human.
Better over time.
Yeah. And like you can start working on your pieces now. Don't, what I would say is don't wait to find out who your person is.
Don't wait to find out, is pot swap happening?
Yeah, like start working now.
Yeah.
Because the way our email system works is that it's going to take us a little time to like send out everybody's pairing, but once we send you the email that says you are accepted into pot swap, then get to going. And kind of like start working on your projects. It should give you a month. Okay, so our sign-ups are going to start October 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard.
Yep.
Yes. 5 p.m.
What time is that in?
So October.
What time is that in England?
Oh God, it's like 5 in the morning. No. 8 p.m.
It's like 5 hours ahead. UK is like 5 hours ahead of Eastern, I think, right? Or that's what it was in Ireland, I think. So it'll be 1 a.m.
In London right now, it's 4:01 and it is 8:01 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it'll be one. Oh, that's a bummer. It'll be 1 a.m. in London. Yeah. That's like it.
That sucks. We almost need to open it for an hour and then shut it and then open it for an hour. I don't know. We almost need 2 sign-up times. Sorry. We kind of crapped on this because I just brought this up just now. Because I was just thinking of the rest of the world and getting them involved.
Well, for sure, let's plan on it being still 8 o'clock. And then that's like 1 a.m. London time. So who even knows?
Well,
all
the
other
thing
times.
is, I mean, it'll be about 6 to 8 hours ish. Like that should be fine for 400 people. They would find out about. I mean, they're gonna know about it right. They're gonna know about it right now. So they're gonna know about it a week before we even have signups.
Yeah, we're all Potters. We're night people anyway.
Or set an alarm and get up early in the morning and sign up after it's been live for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't foresee 400 people signing up in 2 hours. But that's just the way it's going to be, and we apologize. But fret not. We will try and get as many European, UK people as we can. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Now that we've moved past that dilemma.
How quick is it filled up in the past?
It has filled. God, I think it took like 5 hours last time.
The first year we were taking like DMs, and we had to input everything, and we probably filled it in like 3 hours or something the first time. But that also required a lot of work on our end. It wasn't just putting something out, they sign up, and they're already on the list.
Right.
And you said last year it was like 4 to 6 hours?
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys are fine in the UK. But
so
I don't
be
know
like
anybody that's not up at 1 a.m. anyway,
maybe.
But yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay. So, moving on. So, that's going to be the date for signups. October 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Signups will close October 30th or when we hit 400 people. October 30th at 3 p.m. or when we hit 400 people.
It's not going to last that long. Do we want to put out an over under on when we think it will fill between you and I, and then people can?
No.
No. Well, I mean, either way, we're gonna have to be. You know what's gonna happen is we both have to be up to shut the form down. It's not gonna automatically shut.
I know.
So it's gonna be the middle of the night, or you're gonna have to shut it in the middle of the night.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. The official email that we're gonna send out to say like if you are in Pot Swap is gonna be November 1st. We're gonna try and turn it around really quickly. We have to do a lot of back end work on the making sure people are matched up
correctly.
Massaging
the list a little bit and making sure you don't get yourself and.
Yeah, making sure that
you're getting people that are international are paired up appropriately and all that good stuff.
So we're hoping that doesn't take too long, but we put our assignment emails out no later than November 10th. No. That being said, once you get you're officially in on November 1st, that's when you should start working. Our email system that sends out mass emails, the way that it can be so that we don't have to input the emails individually, it only sends out 50 emails a day. So once we get like 50 done in the list, we'll send those out. But it's going to take 8 days if we have 400 people. So keep that in mind. Be patient with us. It's hard to get started when you don't have a name, but that's what we're asking you to do.
Yeah. Whatever you make should be agnostic of who you're sending it to anyways, I would think, but
I would hope. Okay, we're going to send out a reminder email on the November 25th just to make sure you guys are moving along, because The international deadline for shipping out is going to be December 1st. And then the domestic deadline is going to be December 7th. So international usually takes like 2 weeks-ish.
Yeah.
What is new about this year that we did not do last year is that on December 21st and the 8 days afterwards, and the 8 days afterwards,
we will be drinking it heavily.
Yeah, we will drink. We'll be sending out an email telling you who your pot swap partner was. Now, the reason that we are doing this is because every year we get a bunch of emails and they're like, I never got my present, or I never got my pot swap, or my person's never
Contacted
told me
or
that
anything
they
like
received
that.
it or anything like that. So, we're asking you to wait patiently until December 21st. What we're going to potentially do is put out a mass list, an email with a mass list with just their Instagram handle, the pairs for the Instagram handle. And then we will send out individual emails that have your partner's email and their Instagram handle, because obviously we don't want to send that out to the world.
Yeah, we don't want to tell everybody your emails. Yeah.
So
yeah, what that happens to be is we become the middleman for 200 people, and then you just get a bunch of Instagram messages and emails, and it just becomes unmanageable from us. So we're getting ahead of that, and letting you all take care of what you need to. Please contact that sender before you contact us. You know, if you haven't heard anything from them, and a lot of people that are sending to you may not say anything to you and say like, hey, I sent your thing out. Be on the lookout.
They're not going to say anything.
Because they want it to be a surprise. They want you to be surprised when you get it, and then you open it and you find out. And a lot of people don't even put a business card in there or something, and they don't even know who sent it.
Yeah.
So don't be that person. Put something in there to tell people who you are when you're sending, so they know who to think. And
Yeah, we ask that you be patient, and until December 21st, do not email us asking us who your partner was. Unless it is an issue with like you not being able to send something out. If you're not going to be able to send something out until after the deadline, the domestic deadline or the international deadline, it is your responsibility to talk to your partner and say, hey, it's going to be there late. So keep that in mind, because you will have all their information.
yeah.
And so we just ask that before you email us, you think about what you can do on your end first.
Yeah, and think about if you work in a studio, you know, be considerate of what their timelines are on turning kilns around and all that stuff. Like, you're going to be the best person to know what's available in your studio of, you know, if the deadline is December 7th and their last kiln load for glaze kiln for classes is not going to unload until the 10th or something, like, see if you can either get it in early or let your person know that it's going to be late anyways. So, figure out with your studio when you can get stuff finished if you're actively making items for it. So,
totally. I guess, I would rather it not be a surprise. Like, if for me, if the choice was getting a piece 3 to 4 days late and or even 2 weeks late and not knowing, I would prefer somebody be like, hey, I'm your partner. I just want to let you know that it's going to be there late. Or you can even talk to a friend and be like, hey, could you message this person and say, like, I know who your pot swap partner is, and they just want me to let you know that it's going to be there a week late. Or, then we don't want you to be late, by the way. Be on time. We're just saying that's, or, you know, things happen. That's just what happens. Yeah. I feel a little scatterbrained.
that's all right.
Ryan, you look concerned.
Oh, I'm not concerned. I'm just
Okay.
letting you talk. You look concerned.
I am a little concerned. Do you have anything to add? You're very good about this.
Not that I know of. You said all the good stuff. It's about giving, not receiving. We'll reiterate that. Contact your sender before contacting us because there's a lot of people we're managing. And please tag at PotSwapOfficial, all one word, not to be confused with any other pot swaps that are out there. And
whether they may be out there.
Anything you share.
We don't know.
Tag PotSwapOfficial and include the. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
And include the hashtag PotSwap2020. That's been our consistent thing for PotSwap 2018 and 2019. Also, if you want to look back at previous years, what people have sent, people's unboxing videos, look up in Instagram, hashtag PotSwap2018. Or if you want a bigger sample size, look at hashtag PotSwap2019 because there's a lot of content in there. And it's kind of fun to like follow that hashtag and you can see other posts that are coming through as people are making, as you're making stuff, use that hashtag and then people can follow it and the account will share it and all that good stuff. So you can kind of build up that excitement as we're getting closer to it,
Yeah, totally. And shit, I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Were you gonna talk about other pot swaps?
No. Not to be confused with any other pot swaps. I can't even remember what I was gonna say.
Wasn't important enough.
Clearly it was not important. I'm excited to see everybody's pot swaps this year.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
Yes. This getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, like I said again, be patient with us because we've never done anything 400 people big before. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine, but, it does take us 8 days to email things and 50 emails at a time.
Yep.
So.
You did mention if they're, before we were recording, if anyone has a very burning desire, we have a small crew that we are assembling. We have about 5 to 7 people in mind, but if you have a really burning desire...
That we haven't asked yet, but will be.
Yes. To join the crew, please reach out to us. Either Becca or myself.
Yeah. What that
or
involves is, reposting on social media and kind of like monitoring things. I remember what I was going to say. We do also, we should mention that we do not pick who gets whose, so please don't ask us. It is completely random. The only things that are chosen is that I choose one for Ryan and Ryan chooses one for me because we have to take it off of the list and notify their person before. We
secretly notify them and because we look at the list. We can all see the list, so we know everybody. But our little that's our payment for doing this is that we have fun picking out who each of us get.
Yeah, like Ryan won't know who he's got. I only know who has him. And and I, like I said, I had no idea who I was sending to last year. That was totally random. Same with the year before. So we don't choose who we're sending to either. So
yeah, that would take for fucking ever.
God, it would forever. Yeah. That would be terrible. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Keep an eye out for the website. I'll post all of the information that's needed. And again, it's about giving, not getting.
Yep. Especially in 2020.
Yeah, especially in 2020.
You'll want to put 2020 on your pot. Like, this is going to be a year to remember. Put PotSwap 2020 on there.
PotSwap 2020. Yeah,
All right.
totally.
All right. You
Okay.
even got some curse words out of me today, so sorry, Mom.
I did. That was the best. You know that's part of
I'm
the
gonna
reason why
love
my
listening
mom
to
doesn't.
this.
I know, me too. That's part of the reason why my mom doesn't, or I haven't ever really told my mom that I have a podcast, is because I cuss a lot on this, and I don't.
Your
want
manners
her
need
to.
a little refined, Becca.
My manners need a little refined, and my mother is very conservative, so there's that. She probably wrote the review.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, I think we should stop there at 45 minutes.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and join us for
Thanks.
Pot Swap 2020,
Yeah, next Wednesday.
October 28th.
Remember, October 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, Europe. 1 p.m. England time. Or 1 a.m. England time. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We really appreciate it, and we're having so much fun. If you want to follow us individually on Instagram, you totally can. Ryan's Instagram handle is @RDCeramics, and mine is 5lines pottery. That's the number 5. We would love to hear from you, and don't forget to write us a review on our podcast. We read every single one of them, and we totally appreciate them. They help us out an awful lot, and they also put smiles on our faces. I hope you guys continue to listen, and we love you. Thanks. Bye.